Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review that was requested on the Milani Prime and Shield Primer and the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. So I've actually been using this for a while now, so I kind of have my thoughts built on it, and I really do enjoy this product. But I recently discovered this one when I went to the drugstore, and when I did a haul, you guys were like, girl, we want to see what that primer is about. And because I did mention in a few videos back that I have not found a really good mattifying primer from the drugstore, when I saw this, I was like, let me jump on this and see if it's actually worth it. So this is what it looks like. Hopefully you guys can see. It doesn't feel thick like the mattifying by Makeup Forever. It's actually pretty lightweight. So I don't know how it will do. I'm going to just be putting that on the areas where I really get oily. The consistency feels very nice. It feels almost like a smoothing primer. It doesn't feel like really thick or pasty like the other primers that I've used for mattifying have felt. I can say one thing, this foundation definitely isn't like a mattifying foundation. It'll give you some dew by the end of the day for sure, but it's definitely not completely matte. I also am kind of in between about the fact that I feel like it does oxidize a little bit. And this one, like I said, is in the color Sand 07. I found this at Walmart. You can find it at CVS, but I would say get it at Walmart because it's so much more cheaper. And why not go for the cheaper price? And I'm going to be using my Artis Oval 8 brush. It is laying very nice with the primer, I must say. And they also have a primer for people that have dry skin. So that's another great thing about that primer. It also says that this primer is supposed to minimize the appearance of pores, which I will see in just a second. It actually did a really good job of minimizing my pores. I'm super impressed. Usually, I don't have that many products that do a really good job of it, and this one it definitely did. So I'm super impressed with them. I can't even see anything. Like, I have some pretty large pores on my nose and like right here, and I can't see them at all. Like, it looks really good. My foundation looks almost flawless. And I feel like it made it lay so much better. Like, it looks more natural. When I was just using this either by itself or with a different primer, I felt like you could tell that I had stuff on my face. And that was another thing that was kind of bugging me about it, was that, yeah, it looked great, but I could tell that I was wearing foundation, as opposed to this. It looks natural. It's sunk into my skin really well. Like, it almost looks like it's just a BB cream, or it looks like it's truthfully my skin, because everything's evened out perfectly. Covered up my redness, great. But the primer definitely speaks true to the pore minimizing, because I'm not seeing any pores right now. It looks great. Oh my God, this looks so much better than it did without the primer. So far, I just need to see if this is mattifying. If this is mattifying, I'm gonna be using this foundation and the primer together every single day. I would definitely recommend this applying it with a brush, just because I feel like the Beauty Blender is more for that subtle natural look, and I feel like regardless, this gives you a very natural finish. Whether you use one layer or 2 layers, it looks very natural. Like I said, looks like your skin, an enhanced version of your skin. So I would definitely just say using the brush, because I feel like the Beauty Blender will definitely shear a lot of that product out. Let's see how much of this info is accurate. So it primes skin and creates a smooth canvas before applying foundation, which I agree, because when I was applying it, it was definitely felt like almost a smoothing primer. It wasn't thick, which I know some people that get mattifiers complain about, because they're like, okay, it's mattifying, but it's a little too thick and it's making me peel. So that's a good thing, because I think that sometimes people that think they have really oily skin don't have that of an oily skin, and then when they get mattifying primers, it's just too much mattifying for them. So I think that's a great thing that this isn't really pasty. It's nice and smooth, so it does smooth out your imperfections, which I have been noticing these past few minutes. And then it says mattifies and perfects skin, instantly minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines, which I totally agree. And I actually have been trying to find something that just kind of smooth out my fine lines, because whenever I smile, I can start to see those like little lines appear, and that is not a good look. I know I love to smile, and I'm not gonna stop smiling just so that my foundation doesn't crease, but if this can help with that, that would be great. Then it also says lightweight, non-greasy feeling. It's definitely very lightweight, but when I was rubbing it, it definitely felt, I don't want to say greasy, but it definitely felt a little bit more runny than a usual mattifying primer would feel like. But now that it's on the face, my face does not look greasy at all. It actually looks pretty matte. Like, not like matte, but it looks like a nice luminous, like, matte look, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I think it looks pretty good. And then does not clog pores. We do not want clogged pores because clogged pores means more oil production. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be back as soon as I'm done and give you just a brief rundown. It is 1:30, so I did my makeup. I think I was on camera with you guys at like 12-ish. So it's been like an hour and a half since I did that. I went ahead and did my hair. I don't normally do my hair, so this is a big step for me, and I think I deserve a round of applause because I never do my hair. I'm always like, screw the hair, let me just bun it up, let me just put it in a ponytail. But today I wanted to do a little extra for you guys because I'm always a bum. So far, let me grab my little mirror. I'm loving it. Like, I'm loving the way this foundation is setting with this primer. Like I said, I did like it without the primer. Like, I thought it was a really good foundation. I like the fact that it stayed on all day. It was dewy by the end of the day, like any other foundation. It wasn't like over dewy when I would use it, but it was dewy. But I felt like when I wore it with anything else, it just looked so like not real. Like, it didn't look like my skin. It just looked like I was wearing makeup. I will check in probably around 3 o'clock, 3:30-ish, just to let you guys know how it's worn like a few hours in, because by then it'll be like, what, maybe like 3 to 4 hours. It is now 3:05 or so, and I am loving this finish. Like, no oils yet. So far I'm loving the primer. I'm loving the combo together. I like the way that it's like sitting on my skin. It doesn't look like it's makeup. It just looks like it's my skin, but better. And then as for my pores, you still really can't see them. Like, they're blurred out to the maximum. I'll give you guys my last final check-in and let you guys know exactly what I think, especially about this primer, because that's really what I'm testing out. Foundation, like I said, I already used, so it's not much for me testing it out, but I'm gonna let you know how I like this. So far, so good, and I'm hoping that when I come back around 8 p.m., it's still gonna look bomb. So I will see you guys then. Be back. So it is now 9:22, and it has probably been around like 6 hours since my last check-in, and you can definitely see some of the oil shining through, especially like on my T-zone area and like my cheeks. You can see it shiny. It's not as shiny as it usually gets when I wear this foundation without this primer, so I give it props for that because I feel like it did a really good job of, you know, keeping everything as matte as possible. I definitely would say if you're somebody that has really oily skin, then you're definitely gonna have to touch it up. So I would say if you have like oily skin, but it's not too oily, then I think this is gonna be a really good primer for you, because I feel like it absorbs that like amount of oil. It doesn't absorb like all of it, but also I like the fact that for the people who have oily skin but not so oily, it also helps them not feel like the primer is over drying their skin to the point where it feels really dry and then the foundation doesn't lay nicely. I do feel like in order for this foundation to work right, I would recommend using the Milani primer, whether it's this one or the one for dry skin, because I feel like it just makes the foundation set so well that it looks incredible. Like, I love the finish that it gave me with the primer. I would probably give this 8.5 out of 10 just because it didn't keep me completely matte all day long compared to other products. But then again, I also didn't set it with Laura Mercier translucent powder, so maybe if I had set it, it would have kept me matte for longer. But I do like the fact that it did a good job of, you know, speaking true to the other things. So I would definitely say an 8.5 for that. I think it's worth it for my ladies who have combo to oily skin. If you have this foundation, do you also have the primer? Or if you have the primer, what are your thoughts on the primer? I want to know what you guys think about it, because I just love to kind of figure out and see, you know, who thinks what and so. So if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more reviews, let me know what you want to see next, because I would love to go out and purchase any products that you guys want to see. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. So don't forget to do that, and I will be seeing you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.